Hi, I'm Dan Chambers of Chambers Law Firm. In this particular video, I'm going to try to tackle in a short amount of time one of the most complicated areas of federal criminal law, and that has to do with the federal sentencing guidelines. It's by far one of the most complex and technical areas in any federal criminal case, but it's also one of the most important because it determines the possible range of punishments you might be facing if you're staring down federal charges. So let me briefly explain how the federal sentencing guidelines work. Prior to 2009, federal judges had to apply the range of sentences that were specified by the table. So for example, if the sentencing table called for a punishment somewhere between 40 to 52 months, prior to 2009, the judge had to impose a sentence within those ranges. However, after 2009, the guidelines have become just that, guidelines. The judge is free to deviate below or, if you're unlucky, above those sentencing ranges that are called for. Now, the guidelines literally are a table. Along one axis of the table, you have what's called the offense level. You start at 0 and you work your way all the way to 42. The more serious the charge, the higher the number. So if you're talking about a murder or homicide, you're going to be way up in the 30s or 40s for the offense level, and that means the punishment is going to be much more severe. Across the other side of the table, you have what is called the criminal history score. So if you have a completely clean record before you are brought into court on federal charges, you're going to be down at one end of the category with 0 or 1 criminal history points, which is a good thing. The table goes all the way to the right to level 6 as a criminal history score, which is your worst score. And you literally line up the criminal history score with the offense level, and you'll be then met with a range of sentences. Let's take an example. Let's say the offense level is 12, and it's a low-level felony charge of maybe possession of some drugs or some other contraband. But you have no criminal record either, so you're at that very edge of the criminal history score of 0 or 1. You go down to 12, you go across to 1, and you calculate your potential sentencing range. For that particular area of the graph, you may be between, let's say, 12 months and 18 months. That means a year to a year and a half possibly of federal prison time. Now, it's way more complicated than that because there are ways that you can hurt yourself or help yourself. So, for example, if you were the leader of a series of drug sales, then the judge can actually increase your offense level because you are very involved in the conspiracy. On the other end of it, if you're just a minor player, let's say you're the mule and you're just making the drug drops and you're very minor, you might actually earn a reduction in your offense level for being a minor participant or for cooperating with the government in the prosecution. That's what I'm saying. It's really complicated. So if you're facing federal charges, call Chambers Law Firm so that we can tell you what your possible sentences are and ways to reduce your risk, reduce your offense level, and perhaps even get you a sentence that does not involve state prison. Give us a call. We'll be happy to help you. Thanks.